Over 1 million people have been reportedly affected floods and landslides, primarily triggered by the shear line. Filipino caregiver Jimmy Pacheco tells a story of trauma and future plans after being held hostage by militant group Hamas. And Christmas is already in the air at Malacañang as President Bongbong Marcos leads a gift-giving event for children. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Maricel Halili. We begin the newscast with updates on the Filipino caregiver who was hostaged and eventually freed by Palestinian group Hamas. In an exclusive interview with News 5, Gallinor Jimmy Pacheco said his freedom was the best Christmas gift he received, which he describes as his second life. He is currently seeking medical treatment in the Israeli city of Tel Aviv after experiencing emotional stress and partial hearing loss.
3 beses po nila akong pinaluhod na tinutukan ng mga 5 tao. Talagang pero hindi pinayagan ng Panginoon na kalabitin yung gatilyo. Paputok nila yung mga baril nila dito sa tenga ko po.
According to Pacheco, he has no plans to work in other countries anymore due to trauma. The Foreign Affairs Department said they are now expediting his return to the Philippines before Christmas.
Yun lang naman ang pangarap ko sa pagpunta ko dito, baon-baon ko hanggang ngayon. Yung baon kong pumunta ng Israel, magkabahay, natupad naman na. Magkaroon ng kasi ang trabaho ko noon driver ng kiskisan, yung rice mill. Magkaroon ng sariling ganon, masaya na ako.
Hamas releases more hostages on their second day of truce with Israel. At least 17 victims were released on Saturday, 13 of whom are Israelis and 4 are Thai nationals. They crossed through the Rafah border crossing on Saturday. Qatar's foreign ministry said 39 Palestinians were going to be released in exchange. A total of 50 captives are to be exchanged for 150 Palestinian prisoners over 4 days under the truce. Meanwhile, our Foreign Affairs Department is now looking into whether there are still Filipinos held hostage by Hamas. In other news, over 1 million individuals have been affected by the combined effects of shear line and low pressure area. The NDRRMC records 2 casualties, reportedly from Eastern Visayas. The 2 are still up for verification. Meanwhile, 1 person sustained injury. Over 254,000 families or 1 million individuals were affected across 7 regions. These are from Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Bicol, Western and Eastern Visayas, Northern Mindanao and Caraga. Meanwhile, damage to crops and agriculture has so far reached 119 million pesos. The government has provided 65 million pesos worth of financial assistance to the affected residents. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Maricel Halili. President Bongbong Marcos leads a nationwide gift-giving event at Malacañang. The Balik Sigla Bigay Saya program was also held in over 250 satellite centers across the country. It was attended by over 17,000 children from select shelters and adoption centers. Also present in the event is First Lady Liza, who handed out bags containing essentials. The gift-giving program is now in its second year, which is spearheaded by the Office of the President.
We all know that Christmas is really about the children. And we always have a Merry Christmas when the children have a good Christmas. Na makita natin ang inyong mga ngiti.
Heads up, motorists expect mixed oil price adjustments in the coming days. Gas prices could go down by about 10 centavos per liter, while diesel prices could go up by 20 to 40 centavos per liter. Kerosene prices are also expected to go up by 35 to 50 centavos a liter. The projected fuel price movements come on the heels of further production cuts from OPEC and the buildup in weekly crude inventories in the U.S. In sports, the UP Fighting Maroons will battle it out with the De La Salle Green Archers in the UAAP Season 86 Men's Basketball Finals. The Fighting Maroons clinched their third consecutive UAAP Men's Basketball Finals appearance after toppling the Ateneo Blue Eagles 57-47 in their semis match on Saturday. Despite a sluggish start, UP rallied in the third quarter, led by Malik Doof's double-double of 12 points and 16 rebounds. Trailing 25-22 at halftime, UP surged to a 38-34 lead in the third quarter, fueled by Aldous Torcula's 5-point run. It went downhill for Ateneo from there, with UP beefing up its defense to maintain their lead. Meanwhile, the La Salle Green Archers secured their first UAAP Men's Basketball Championship appearance since 2017. This after beating the NU Bulldogs with a resounding 97-73 victory. Mark Nonoy sank 4 successful three-pointers, amassing a total of 20 points, as La Salle continued its winning streak since the second round. Fellow archer Ivan Nele contributed an additional 15 points and 5 rebounds. The Fighting Maroons and Green Archers Best of 3 dance will start on November 29, 6 p.m. at the MOA Arena. This marks the first time the two teams will collide in the finals since La Salle made a transition to the UAAP from the NCAA in the 80s. Game 2 will be on December 3, while Game 3, if necessary, will be held on December 6. The last 2 matches will both be at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again tomorrow as we monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Maricel Halili. We are One News.